Ooh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Darku, and in this video we'll be going over the Alpha Raid Hypno fight, all the information and how you and your friends can also beat it. Alright, first of all, obviously the location of where we are is Island 3 in Kanto. There is obviously other places in different regions where you can activate this raid shrine, but as you can see it is right here for us over here. So if you're on the Kanto map just like this, at the bottom right you can just click this and go to the third island and head over to Berry Forest, and you will see the raid shrine right here to start the fight. So we'll start off with the easy stuff then. Obviously it's weak to Ghost and Dark type moves, and it'll have 3 actions per turn. What that means is obviously you and your 3 friends, so you send out 4 Pokemon, will be against the Raid Boss and its 2 ads, aka 2 little Pokemon that it'll have to assist it. The 2 ads will actually have their own attacks that they can do, but the Alpha Raid Hypno will have 3 attacks it can do in 1 turn. So its ability on the Alpha Hypno is Inner Focus, you should obviously keep an eye on that. The moveset is Focus Blast, Grass Knot, Psychic and Foul Play. Some of the Pokemon it actually spawns in to help it, the ads that I mentioned, is the Crawdont, Marowak, Tyranitar, Absol, Chandelure and some others. So now let's go over the free moves that it can actually pop off as well. And I'm saying free as in it gets it for free, not as in free moves as in 1, 2, 3, okay? Just to be clear, my accent is very strong on that, but we're going to talk about the free moves that it can get off. So 100% as in when the battle starts, it'll actually activate a Reflect which will protect its team from physical attacks. There's a couple of counters to this. Obviously if you bring a Mon with a Brick Break at the start of the game, you can obviously punch through it and break it, or you can use moves like Defog which will actually remove that as well. Around 75 HP in the fight, he'll actually use a Hypnosis AoE, so it'll try and put all of your team to sleep. One amazing counter to this obviously is using the move Safeguard to protect your team from status effects. At 50% HP, he'll use Trick Room. So what that actually does is flip the speeds of everyone. So if you're a really slow Pokemon, you're going to attack first, and if you're a really speedy Pokemon, you're going to attack last. One of the best counters to this obviously is using Trick Room right after or right before he's about to use Trick Room as well, so if anything it just flips it back to normal. At 25% HP, he'll Field Revert Weakness and Immunities. So now Hypno is weak to Psychic, Fighting, and resists Dark, Ghost, and Bug. So obviously let's do a quick review and a couple of things that you should look for, right? So obviously once again when the fight starts, I'd recommend something like Brick Break or Defog to remove the Reflect really early on. Around 75% HP, obviously like we said, Hypnosis, so you want to try and get a Safeguard up right before that happens and make sure you've still got the Safeguard up as you continue. When they get close to like a half HP, you'll see us obviously in the raid fight in a second, we use a Trick Room right before he's about to hit 50% HP, so if anything he just flips it back on himself. And as we said, the 25% HP reverts the weaknesses, which is crazy, but obviously like fighting types are really strong at that point, so you can use something like Mach Punch and just get a really fast move in just to take him out. It's also worth noting that Light Screen and Reflect is really good for your team as well to protect you from those like physical and special attack moves that hit you, so you can keep your team alive better, and obviously use the item Light Clay on your Pokemon so that they can last longer turns as well. And once again about the Trick Room thing, you can obviously save Pokemon like Honchkrow for example who have like Sucker Punch etc. You can save them for last so that, if you really want to get in at those last hits without flipping the Trick Room, you can just use something like that and it will make you go first. So that's pretty much it on all the strats. Pokemon wise, I'd say Pokemon like Sableye are really good. You can use the tanky Espeon for the screens, Honchkrow for the punches, Garchomp for like AoE, anything with great AoE etc like that is really good. And then like later you'll see in our video we use like Conkeldurr or something at the end. So as long as you've got a team full of all kinds of utility, you should be fine this raid with no problems. You'll see in our raid video in a minute, we pretty much use none of the strats I've mentioned, other than the Safeguard and all that sort of situation. We just went all in, we messed up a couple of times, but it was good fun, and obviously I'll try and point out the things that we did. Onto the raid fight then, I'll bring up on the screen now. Obviously, we didn't really do any of the strats that I've mentioned. We did some of them, but it was going quite bad at the start, but we absolutely pulled through. It was no problem. In fact, this raid isn't really that hard, to be honest with you. As long as you're ready for those kind of effects to happen, like the Trick Room, Flip, etc., you should be fine. In fact, some would say that you could basically do this with a 3-player raid as long as you're doing well, and the other player can just do basically nothing, maybe even 10% damage, and you'd still be fine. But we won't name shame anybody in this raid video. There you go, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to quickly play the raid for you that we did. Obviously, like I said, we didn't really use too many strats, but it did actually go well and we did complete it, so you can learn some things. And I'll try and do my best to point out the things that we did, like safeguard, etc. at the right point. But I'm not going to be talking over the whole thing, so just enjoy the video. There we go, just want to cut in here and just say that the Hypno is near the 75% HP threshold, as you can see, so he's going to be using that AoE hypnosis real soon. Obviously my teammate has Gothitelle up front, who is going to use Safeguard so that we don't all get the AoE sleep. So here we see Hypno getting to that 50% HP threshold, so obviously it's going to use Trick Room real soon. So my teammate once again switches into the Gothitelle and uses Trick Room on the same turn, so that when the Hypno actually Trick Rooms, it just flips it back around. It has good confidence in our team getting it to the 50% HP. Here you see obviously Hypno getting close to that 25% threshold of HP, so our teammates are going to be switching out to things like Conkeldurr with Mach Punch, as don't forget when it gets near 25% HP the field revert weakness and immunities pops in, so now Hypno is weak to Psychic, Fighting, but it also resists Dark, Ghost and Bug types. There you go ladies and gents, that's pretty much it. We're just going to quickly finish this fight and catch the Hypno, so I hope this raid guide helped you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that business, and I'll see you on another video. See ya!